Well, it's one of the favorite events for a lot of Oklahomans, the Country Music Awards. They are Wednesday nights, 7 o'clock ABC. Here to tell us all about it, this lady, Brandy McDonnell. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me in our lovely studio.
Well, it is happy to have you here in this studio. It's a big time event. Behind us, we have two people who need a little introduction, Brad and Carrie.
If only they were here in person.
If only they were here in person, I would totally step aside and let them take over, because those are two entertaining people and very attractive people too, right?
They're lovely.
They do okay, yeah.
And they do a great job. This is their 8th year to host the CMA Awards, 8 consecutive years. So they kind of have it down. I mean, they're good friends. They're well known for being really close friends, and so they kind of have a good rhythm going. Carrie kind of plays the straight man a little bit, and Brad gets to deliver all the ridiculous hijinks. He gets
to be a little bit goofy, but yeah. You're right. They do have a good chemistry together, and they do a great job of hosting that event.
Right. And Blake Shelton has already said on the Seth Meyers show last week that Brad Paisley's not doing his job if he does not make jokes about the big Blake Shelton Miranda Lambert divorce. So
you know that's got to be
you know that's going to be in there. Sometimes those monologues are a bit brutal. I mean, I think Taylor Swift took it pretty hard last year. She wasn't there.
She wasn't there, right? And she had made
they
the
were
transition
mocking her
from country
transition,
to pop.
yes. So you can.
And yet she still won, didn't she?
I don't remember, probably. But I mean, you can take it on the chin. Some of those things you kind of take on the chin. I mean, they don't play as nice as maybe some of the Hollywood awards shows. They all tend to come out. A lot of them are friends. It's a pretty tight community, so a lot of them come out swinging. And so it'll be interesting to hear that monologue, which is usually a musical monologue.
Very entertaining. It's the Country Music Awards Wednesday nights, 7 o'clock on ABC. And let me just mention something. Brandy does a fantastic job of blogging on newsok.com, and she'll be live blogging throughout tomorrow's event, right?
Yes, it start about 6:45, and we'll keep going for the entire 3-hour broadcast,
which is a lot of updates.
Yeah, send food, water. No, I'll be fine. And we'll keep going until past the end of the awards show. We'll be posting live photos from the AP stream, posting the updates, all the winners, and
some analysis, some snark, and some humor.
Yeah, a little bit of snark. So there's always somebody to be snarky about.
Well, you mentioned Carrie Underwood, and I mentioned your blog. I was reading your blog today. Carrie Underwood has the #1 album coming out, right? And this set a record.
Right.
Or tied a record,
Her
maybe.
album, Storyteller, which just came out, she'll be performing a song from that on the CMA Awards. It just came out, and I think it's a record because it's the 6th #1 album from an artist on the country music top country albums Billboard chart. And so all 6 of her albums that she's released since her career started in 2005 have all debuted at #1.
It's almost a sure thing with her, right?
Yeah, it's not bad for a kid from Chakotah. I mean, I think it's all right. I think she does okay. But yeah, she's nominated for, I think she's got 2 awards that she's nominated for, and we have lots of people with Oklahoma ties that are nominated.
Such as the guy you mentioned earlier, Blake Shelton.
Yeah, Blake Shelton. He's got a couple of nominations in there. Musical Event of the Year, Male Vocalist. He's won Male Vocalist, I think, 5 or 6 years in a row, so he's going to try and repeat in that category. Miranda Lambert still has many Tishomingo ties, many Tishomingo businesses. She is nominated for 4 awards, including Female Vocalist and Entertainer of the Year.
So that's the big award in this deal, right? At the
Entertainer
end,
of the Year is the big award, and we have a familiar face, a well-known Oklahoman that has returned to Entertainer of the Year.
He's back on the stage these days.
Garth Brooks. So he is nominated for Entertainer of the Year. The last time he was nominated for Entertainer of the Year was in 1999. And
wow, has it been that long?
It has been.
So I mean, his retirement lasted that long, right?
His retirement. He came back in 2004, and keep in mind though, he came back in 2004, and as of April of this year, he's already played 100 shows and sold 2 million tickets. Yeah. So certainly worthy of Entertainer of the Year contention. So it's a tough field though. He's got Kenny Chesney, Luke Bryan, Eric Church, Miranda Lambert that he's going to be competing against.
The heavy hitters.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can pull it out. But if he wins, it will be Garth's 5th Entertainer of the Year trophy. So he does okay too from an Oklahoma kid.
He's just showing off. He's just showing off. We're talking with Brandy McDonnell about the Country Music Awards Wednesday night. You can watch those on ABC. Follow along, play along, if you will, on News OK with Brandy's blog. Do you tweet those out as well? Do we have that set up to where it goes out?
I'm live tweeting it, and I'm also the way that our fantastic Tiffany Gibson sets up our live blogging system is that people can make comments as we go, and also I can retweet other people's tweets, and it feeds into that live blog. So I can retweet. I have to be careful if there's a Thunder game on not to retweet the Thunder updates, but I have to, I retweet a lot of the comments. Artists a lot of times now are making comments. I mean, everybody's got their phones going, and a lot of times artists will make comments about The performances are about the awards they've won or their friends winning and things like that. And there are some performances that should definitely raise a few comments because CMAs are known for not just doing country music performers on the show. There's a lot of duets. There's a lot of the top country performers that are on there, but the big duet that was announced yesterday is that Chris Stapleton is going to perform with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, wow.
Justin Timberlake is a big supporter of Chris Stapleton, formerly of the bluegrass band The Steel Drivers, a well-known songwriter who made his debut this year. More of a traditional kind of country guy, and so he has a lot of big fans. He's pretty, he's not new on the scene, but he's well-known.
Well, a couple of talented guys there.
So, yeah, and Justin Timberlake has been a big, he's from Memphis. He's a big fan of his, and so he's going to perform with him on the CMAs. Fall Out Boy, the rock band, is going to perform with Thomas Rhett.
Cool.
Dierks Bentley is going to perform with Lindsey Sterling, who's a really well-known electronic violinist. So there'll be some really interesting performances that are kind of water cooler talk the next day. So we follow along with that, and I would love people to get on and comment and say what they think about
I want to say Dave Grohl and Zach Brown paired up a few years ago.
Yeah.
I was watching that Sonic Highways, and they had part of that when they went through Nashville. Speaking of Oklahomans, we have artists out of Ada.
Oh, yeah. Maddie and Tay. They're one of the hot newcomers that were nominated this year. They actually are a duo. Half of it is, I guess, Tay Dye is from Ada. Maddie Marlowe is from Sugar Land, Texas, and they are the songwriting partners. They're 18, or maybe they've turned 19 by now, but they are known for the Girl in the Country song.
They grow up so fast these days.
They do grow up fast, but not that fast. But they're known for Girl in the Country song. They had a big breakout hit last year with that song, and so it's coming now up for contention for Video of the Year. It's got to over 27 million hits for this sort of gender-swapping take on bro country, where they dress the guys in the short shorts and the halter tops, and
they talk about tractors and dogs.
Oh yeah, all that kind of stuff. And they're nominated for Duo of the Year, Video of the Year, and New Artist of the Year. And so there's 3 awards in their first year to be eligible for CMA
Not bad
nominations.
at all.
Is pretty good, and they're real sweet girls. I've talked to them a couple times. Their new song is called "Shut Up and Fish," and it is based on an actual incident that happened in Oklahoma when they tried to go fishing with a couple of guy friends, and the guy friends were too busy making moves. And they are serious fishermen. They've actually won. They won like a bass tournament not too long ago. So they are, they are like serious fisher women, and they weren't interested in your moves. Shut up and fish.
Grab a beer, do whatever.
It's a fun song, so I definitely recommend checking that out. And they'll be performing as well, so there'll be a lot of really interesting performances on the show.
Speaking of duos, as we wrap this up, Rascal Flatts, they're back again, nominated for Vocal Group of the Year.
And they, yes, the excellent trio Rascal Flatts. One of my favorite people that I've worked with in this business is probably Joe Don Rooney. He's originally from Pitcher, and he's the guitarist for Rascal Flatts. And when I covered the red carpet for the CMA Awards in Nashville a few years ago, when he heard I was from Oklahoma, he just ran up to me and hugged me and like almost lifted me off my feet. He was like so excited. So he loves Oklahoma.
Nice.
He's a big fan of the Sooner State, and so definitely root for him. They've won, I think, 6 times they've won that category, and so hopefully they got another one in them. So.
All right, last question for you, Brandy. Again, the CMAs Wednesday night. One last question for you. What performance are you looking forward to tomorrow night? Or Wednesday night as we tape this?
Wednesday nights. I think that one of the ones I'm probably looking forward to the most is just getting to see Eric Church perform with Hank Williams Jr. Because Eric Church is one of my favorites. I've interviewed him before too. He's a great guy. And Hank, I've interviewed him too. And he's a really cool guy who's done this for a really long time. So I think that's 2 kind of musical minds that are well suited to one another. So I'm interested to see how Eric Church and Hank Williams Jr. kind of partner up. That'll be a testosterone-filled performance, but still should be fun.
All right, Brandy McDonnell. Follow her on Twitter, on News OK, and the blog as well. Wednesday night for the Country Music Awards, which begin at 7 o'clock Oklahoma time. You can watch on ABC. Brandy, thanks for the knowledge.
Thanks.
And look forward to your coverage tomorrow night.